Welcome back to Life with the Browns. Today, the family is not on Coyote Pass, not in Flagstaff, not under the glow of TLC cameras. Today, they are in a courtroom. And the walls of this place will not protect Kody Brown. They will expose him. Outside, chaos rules. Reporters push microphones forward, cameras flash like lightning, and protest signs wave above the crowd. Justice for the wives. Where's the money, Kody? Police struggle to hold the mob back as the Brown family's minivan pulls up. This isn't a TV season finale. For the Browns, this is a nightmare come true. The double doors slam open. Kody Brown storms in. His hair is slicked back, his suit tighter than ever, his smile stretched too thin. From a distance, he looks confident. Up close, every crease in his face trembles with fear. Behind him, his wives follow. Janelle's jaw is locked. Christine breathes sharp and fast. Mary clutches her purse like armor. Robin grips her phone like it's her lifeline. And then, standing at the edge, Daniel appears with folders in his arms. His eyes track Kody, and for a moment, Kody's mask slips. Inside the courtroom, the gallery is full. Family, reporters, lawyers, and even strangers who camped out overnight just to witness history. The sound of whispers and tension fills the air. Then Judge Harper slams her gavel, the sound cracking like thunder. Order. I will have order in this courtroom. The prosecution rises. Miss Callahan steps forward, a binder in her hands, her eyes locked on Kody. Her voice cuts through the silence. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is not just the story of a family divided. This is the story of betrayal, of secret bank accounts, of signatures forged, of women who trusted everything to a man who drained them dry. This is the story of Kody Brown. The jury leans in. The first witness is called Janelle Brown. Her hands tremble, but her voice stays steady. I kept the books. Every payment, every bill, every deposit, because I knew something wasn't right. On the projector, bank statements appear. Transfers no one authorized. A missing $20,000. Christine bursts out from the gallery. He said it was for Coyote Pass. The judge bangs her gavel again, demanding silence. But the damage is done. Emails appear, signatures that don't match, and even a photo of Kody meeting a banker in secret. Janelle's voice sharpens. We trusted him, all of us. But the numbers don't lie. The courtroom shifts. Kody's face reddens. His fists clench. His wives stare forward, cold and unflinching. And Daniel sits quietly in the back, folders still in his arms, waiting for his turn to speak. Judge Harper slams her gavel once more. This court is adjourned until tomorrow. But let me make one thing clear. This storm has only begun. Outside, chaos erupts again. Hashtags trend worldwide. Ash Kody Brown trial. Sister wives scandal. Inside, one truth is undeniable. Kody Brown is no longer in control. He is a man on trial. And the world is watching. And the world is watching. His tone is suave, verging on oily. Christine, Mr. Blake begins, isn't it true you were dissatisfied with the family lifestyle long before these allegations? Christine shoots him a look sharp enough to cut glass. I was dissatisfied with the lies. He presses again. You claim never to have seen financial records. Isn't it true you were simply never interested? Christine interrupts, her voice rising. We trusted Kody. We thought he was looking out for us, but he was only looking out for himself. The room leans in. Every word lands heavy. Mr. Blake pivots. You and Janelle plotted to search through Kody's belongings. Did you discover any proof of theft? Christine doesn't flinch. No, but that's because he's skillful at concealment. Judge Harper leans forward, voice sharp. That's enough, Mr. Blake. Keep this on track. Christine steps down, her words still echoing like gunfire in the chamber. Then comes Janelle, her spreadsheet clutched in trembling hands. Miss Callahan greets her with a smile. You brought something for us today? Janelle nods, voice steady but edged with fire. This is every payment, every bill, every transfer I could find over the past 3 years. The numbers don't lie. Pages flip. Fingers trace underlined rows. This payment disappeared. This deposit never made it to the family account. Here, 2 of Kody's signatures in one day, 2 different banks. He told me it was for taxes, for land transactions, but the money just vanished. And when I asked questions, he said I was belittling his authority. Callahan presses. Did you ever see money spent on anything outside of family needs? Janelle nods, fury breaking through. Yes, vacations I never knew about, personal gifts for outsiders, bank records in his name only. Objection, Blake blurts, desperate. Overruled, Judge Harper replies without hesitation. Let her speak. Janelle's voice shakes but grows stronger. The closer we looked, the less money there was and the more secrets. I began sleeping with this spreadsheet under my pillow. It was the only way I could sleep at all. The silence is suffocating as she steps down. Miss Callahan turns to the jury, her tone sharp as a blade. This isn't about one mistake. This is systematic, willful betrayal. One man exploiting his family's trust for his own gain. The judge nods and calls recess, but the atmosphere is electric. Whispers swirl through the gallery. Hope and dread hang thick in the air. Kody rises, adjusting his jacket, expression unreadable. He knows what's coming next. Emails, doctor checks, spreadsheets. His secrets are about to go public. The courtroom feels like a powder keg, waiting for the match. The jury files back in, clutching notepads with damp palms. Some steal glances at the celebrity faces in the gallery. Others avert their eyes as if afraid of what they'll see. Then Judge Harper reclaims her seat. Miss Callahan, the court awaits your evidence. The prosecutor rises, smoothing her suit. She signals the clerk. The lights dim. The room falls into breathless silence. The screen flickers to life. Lines of numbers, boxes of red and green. Janelle's mythical spreadsheet, hundreds of rows long. Ladies and gentlemen, Callahan begins, her laser pointer sweeping across the columns. This is not a spreadsheet. This is a timeline of trust and of deception. At first, the records align. Show revenue in, family expenses out, balance intact. But then, Callahan circles holes in the columns. Money missing, funds that never reached the family account. And each time, look here, a deposit surfaces in an account owned by Kody Brown alone. Gasps ripple through the gallery. Christine grips Janelle's hand. Robin twists her ring, pale and shaken. The next slide. Checks. One made out for $14,000 to a landscaping firm. Same date, same account. Another check for $14,000. This time to KB Consulting, a shell company. We will present expert testimony that this second signature is a forgery. It mimics Mary Brown's handwriting, yet Mary never even knew this check existed. Mary stiffens, eyes wide. The jury scribbles frantically. The gallery erupts in whispers. Callahan doesn't slow. More checks, more forged signatures, emails pulled from the family chat. Kody's message. Don't worry about the withdrawal, just a business matter. Coyote Pass will pay out soon. Then a private message from Kody to Robin. If Janelle keeps pressing, she'll sabotage everything. Just believe me, don't discuss money with her. Robin's tears well. Christine's anger burns. Even Judge Harper frowns deeply. Finally, another email. Kody to a banker. Accounts established as per your request. Passwords as requested. No statements mailed home. This must be done quietly. The implication is unmistakable. Secret accounts, hidden paper trails, deliberate deceit. Callahan calls her expert, Linda Pennington, a forensic accountant with decades of experience. Calm, authoritative, she testifies. In my view, Mr. Brown engaged in deliberate concealment. At least 3 secret accounts, all in his name, regularly received deposits within days of withdrawals from the family fund. This occurred more than a dozen times. Were any wives account holders? Callahan asks. No, Pennington says firmly. Some documents even show forged signatures. The jury leans forward, riveted. Kody's attorneys shift uncomfortably. Even the judge nods grimly. Blake rises, scrambling for control. Families sometimes move money for privacy, do they not? Pennington's answer is swift. Not without informing all parties, and certainly not by forging documents. Blake stumbles. Could the wives have simply forgotten these accounts? Impossible, Pennington replies. These were set up solely in Kody Brown's name. Kody's face drains of color. Then the final blow, an AV cart wheeled in. The screen plays security footage. A Las Vegas bank. Kody in a baseball cap, paperwork in hand. The timestamp? 2 days after a massive family withdrawal. The teller hands him a stack of documents. The camera freezes, the evidence undeniable. The room erupts in gasps. The walls of Kody Brown's empire are closing in. The screen freezes on Kody's face. He glances over his shoulder, restless, caught. Miss Callahan points sharply. Look at the forms he signs. Look at the hasty glances. Classic signs of a man concealing his identity. The jury shifts in their seats. Uncomfortable, uneasy. Investigators later retrieve those very forms. They match the account for Brown Legacy Holdings. Janelle is called back to the stand. The spreadsheet trembles in her hands. Callahan asks gently, "Janelle, what did you think when you first discovered these withdrawals?" Her voice cracks. "I thought it was an error. I asked Kody. He flew off the handle. Told me I didn't trust him, but the money was gone. I lay awake night after night combing through records. I felt like I was going crazy, but the numbers never changed. The money was gone." Tears streaked down her face. It wasn't just money. It was our future. The kids' education. The dream of building homes on Coyote Pass. Every dollar missing was another broken promise. The jury listens, shaken. Christine is recalled. She describes the day she confronted Kody before a business trip. "Are you hiding money from us?" she demanded. Kody chuckled. "If you want to pay the bills, go ahead." Christine's voice hardens. That's when I knew. He wasn't negligent. He was deceiving us. Miss Callahan reveals text messages. Christine pleading. Kody stonewalling. Robin torn, sometimes defending him, sometimes confessing quiet doubts. Then Robin is summoned. Pale. Trembling. "I didn't know," she whispers. "He told me it was for the family. I wanted to believe my husband. I'm sorry." "Did Kody ever threaten you if you challenged him?" Callahan asks. Robin shakes her head, tears spilling. "He said if I didn't stand by him, we would lose everything. He said the others were jealous, that they wanted to destroy us. Were you ever shown account information for these secret funds?" Robin whispers, "Never once." The room erupts, gasps, outrage, betrayal. Even Kody's die-hard supporters are stunned. Judge Harper slams her gavel. This evidence is significant. The defense will have its chance, but today the record reflects credible evidence of embezzled funds, forged signatures, and a pattern of financial deceit. The gavel falls like thunder. Outside, the world erupts. Social media ignites with memes, theories, and fury. The wives sit frozen, their private pain etched onto the public record. But the trial is far from over. The defense is ready to strike back. Inside, Kody rises slowly, sweat shining on his brow. His voice trembles. "I did it all for my family's future." The jury looks weary. 3 days of spreadsheets and betrayal have taken their toll. Judge Harper's eyes cut through the haze. "Mr. Brown, take the stand." Kody smooths his suit, wiping damp palms against his legs. He walks the long aisle to the witness box. Every eye in the room, wives, children, jurors, America, follows him. The bailiff administers the oath. "Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?" Kody's voice is weak. "I do." He sits stiff as stone, jaw clenched. His trademark smile falters. For the first time, Kody Brown looks like a man on the brink. His lawyer, Blake, rises. Smooth, calculated. "Mr. Brown, explain to the jury in your own words what happened." Kody swallows hard. "I never meant harm. Every choice I made was for my family, for their future, for Coyote Pass. Yes, the money moved through accounts no one knew about. But there was never bad intent. Only pressure. Too much pressure. I acted fast, sometimes in secret, to keep everyone safe." He looks at the jury, pleading. "You can't imagine the scrutiny. Every step I took, watched by my wives and by millions of Americans. If money vanished, it was on me. If anyone struggled, I was the one blamed. I made mistakes, yes, but never theft. Never greed." He turns to his wives. His voice cracks. "I disappointed you, but I was trying to do too much. More than any one man could." Blake nods gently. "Did you ever take money for yourself?" Kody shakes his head. "Not a cent. Every dollar was for the family, for our legacy, for Coyote Pass." On the screen, the barren acres of Coyote Pass appear. An empty dream. Kody leans forward, regaining rhythm. Some deals required instant deposits. Sometimes TLC delayed payments. I used private accounts to move quickly. Was it the best way? Maybe not. But it wasn't stealing. I wanted to build a home. A future, that's all. For a moment, the courtroom is still. But Miss Callahan rises, eyes sharp. Mr. Brown, you claim this was for the family. Then explain the forged checks, the secret accounts, the transfers your wives never knew about. Kody bristles. Sometimes the banks required signatures. I signed, as head of household. It's normal in business. The judge cuts him off, voice like steel. This is not a business, Mr. Brown. This is your family. A shudder runs through the courtroom. Mary wipes a tear. Christine's face hardens. Janelle's fists clench white. Miss Callahan presses a button. The screen explodes with evidence, wire transfers, emails, checks, all signed by Kody, some forged with his wives' names. She reads the numbers like a death sentence. 25,000 here, 14,000 there. Every time, Mr. Brown, every single time withdrawn from the family, deposited into your private account within 48 hours. The room holds its breath. Kody's voice rasps, desperate. That was for the land, for Coyote Pass. But no one looks convinced. The air in the courtroom thickens. Miss Callahan steps forward, voice steady, eyes sharp. Mr. Brown, she begins, can you provide a single shred of evidence that this money was ever used for Coyote Pass or for family bills? The question hangs in the air like a blade. Kody stammers. It's all jumbled. Land deals didn't go through. Things shifted. Sometimes the money just sat in the account waiting for the right moment. But Callahan presses, her tone sharpening. Yet there are no land agreements. No sales, no receipts. No bills, just missing funds. Just hidden accounts. The prosecutor steps closer. Isn't it a fact, Mr. Brown, that while your family struggled to pay utilities, while your wives worried about school tuition, you bought yourself a brand new truck? You took trips to Las Vegas? You purchased lavish gifts for people outside the family? The room explodes with murmurs. Kody's face reddens, anger flashing in his eyes. I earned that money. I built this family. I built this show. I had a right to spend some of it. A juror leans toward another, whispering. The judge slams her gavel for silence. Miss Callahan softens her tone, a knife hidden in velvet. Did you ever tell your wives about these purchases? Did you ever once ask their permission before spending family money? Kody falters. His voice drops. No, I was trying to defend them. They wouldn't have understood. They didn't need to know. He breaks off too late. The damage is done. His own words have condemned him. Judge Harper turns to the wives. You may speak. Christine rises first, voice trembling but fierce. You claimed you were protecting us, Kody, but when we asked questions, you raged. You called us ungrateful. This was never about shielding us. This was about control. And you broke our trust. Janelle stands beside her. Her voice cuts like steel. I chased down every lead because I had to. You lied, you hid things. That isn't protection, that's betrayal. Robin's voice is barely a whisper. I wanted to believe you, Kody. I told myself you had a plan. But the lies never ended. I don't know what's real anymore. Mary looks down, tears streaming, silent. But her silence is heavier than words. Kody scrambles for footing. His voice cracks. Our family isn't like others. The stress, the cameras, the producers, the threats. I did what I had to do. Maybe I made mistakes, but it was to survive. The jury sits unmoving. Stern faces, skeptical eyes. Miss Callahan turns to them, her voice ringing like a verdict. Mr. Brown admits he signed his wives' names without permission. He admits to concealing accounts. He cannot explain hundreds of thousands of missing dollars. He claims it was for the family, yet the only one who benefited was himself. Kody's lawyer leaps in, desperate. Mr. Brown, do you love your family? Kody nods, eyes wet. More than anything. Would you ever intentionally hurt them? Never, Kody whispers. I just lost control. I thought I was doing the right thing. But the mask is gone. The courtroom sees him for what he is, a man crumbling under the weight of his own secrets. Outside, the media goes wild. Hashtags trend. Clips of Kody's trembling testimony explode across the internet. Is he a villain or a victim of his own pride? Inside, the wives whisper among themselves. For the first time, a coalition forms. A reckoning he never saw coming. And then, movement at the edge of the room. Daniel Brown rises. The quiet son, the overlooked child. A folder clutched in his hands, marked confidential. The buzz dies instantly. The bailiff calls for order. Judge Harper's voice echoes. We will now hear from Daniel Brown. The courtroom turns as one. Cameras click. Kody straightens, eyes narrowing. Daniel steps forward, older than his years, weathered by the spotlight of reality TV. He swears the oath, his voice steady. I do. He opens the folder. Dozens of papers spill out. Bank statements, screenshots, notes. The room leans in. Daniel, Miss Callahan asks softly, why did you start investigating your father's finances? He looks at his mothers. At Janelle, Christine, Mary, Robin. Anguish flickers in his eyes. I began because I watched how stressed my moms were. I heard them crying at night when the cameras weren't rolling. Bills unpaid. My sisters needing money for college. My brothers needing medical care. And Dad always said, money's tight. Be patient. But the show was still running. Fans were sending gifts. Something wasn't right. So I started looking. The courtroom gasps. Kody grips the defense table, face pale. Daniel's hands shake as he lifts the first document. And what I found was worse than I ever imagined. Daniel's voice trembled but did not break. But my mom, my siblings, they deserve the truth. I can't keep pretending everything's fine. If this family is ever going to heal, it has to start with honesty, even if it costs us everything. All eyes turned to Kody. His face flushed crimson, caught between anger and shame. The courtroom air grew so heavy that even the reporters' pens froze in mid-scratch. Mr. Blake, Kody's lawyer, rose with the smirk of a man who believed experience could crush youth. Daniel, you're young. Isn't it possible you misunderstood what you saw? These are complex financial documents. Daniel didn't blink. I studied them for months. I consulted 2 accountants online. One showed me how to decipher the codes. I know exactly what I saw. Blake tried again, his tone almost paternal. Couldn't this all have been the result of stress? Not theft, just a father under pressure? Daniel leaned forward, fire in his voice. Stress doesn't explain hidden accounts. It doesn't explain forged signatures. And it doesn't explain threatening your own family to keep them quiet. A ripple passed through the jury, heads nodding, faces tightening. The judge struck her gavel lightly. This court will recess. Instant chaos. The Brown family fractured into whispers and tears. Janelle wrapped her arms around Daniel, sobbing with both pride and grief. Christine clung to his arm, tears streaking down her cheeks. Mary mouthed thank you through trembling lips. Robin sat frozen, hand pressed over her mouth, disbelief etched into every line of her face. Kody sat stone still, jaw clenched, knuckles white, his once commanding presence crumbling into something old, brittle, and small. The hallway erupted the moment the doors opened. Reporters swarmed Daniel, cameras flashing like gunfire. He didn't answer a word, just walked silently between Janelle and Christine, who flanked him like guards. Social media lit up within minutes. Brown family betrayal trended globally. Fan forums and TikTok exploded. Daniel is a hero. Kody is finished. Back in the courtroom, Judge Harper addressed the jury with grave steadiness. You have heard testimony that raises serious questions about the management of this family's finances. Weigh every word. Examine every document. The truth must guide you, not emotion, not loyalty. She turned to Daniel. Mr. Brown, your courage is noted by this court. Daniel returned to his seat. No longer the forgotten son. Now the key witness who had set fire to Kody's carefully built kingdom. The session ended, but the fractures were permanent. Christine stood, fury bursting like thunder. You lied to us, Kody, all of us. Janelle's voice, breaking with tears, joined hers. You let us believe we were crazy. Every missing dollar, every bill we stressed over, you turned into your performance on TV. You betrayed us. Mary finally whispered through her tears. I just wanted to be enough. But I was never more than another name you could use. Even Robin, Kody's most loyal defender, cracked. Twisting her wedding ring with trembling hands, she whispered, I always believed you had a plan. But now, I don't even know who you are. Were we ever real, Kody? Or were we just props? The children broke in the gallery, some crying openly, others glaring at their father in stunned silence. One daughter whispered, he was always gone. I thought it was for us. Now I don't know what to believe. Kody tried to rise, desperate to reclaim control. His voice cracked. You think I wanted this? You think I enjoyed lying? I was protecting us. The world despises us. The law hunted us. I did what I had to do. Christine cut him down cold. No, you chose to betray us. That was your decision, not the world's. Janelle echoed, don't you dare blame the world for your lies. The spell was broken. For the first time in decades, the wives stood together, shoulder to shoulder beside Daniel. The gallery murmured in awe. A reporter tweeted instantly, "The wives have united against Kody. The empire is dead." Judge Harper slammed her gavel. This court acknowledges the extraordinary nature of this case. Tomorrow we begin closing arguments. Until then, this session is adjourned. The Browns filed out in silence, no longer a family, but fragments orbiting a void. Kody trailed behind, eyes hollow. For the first time, not even Robin reached for him. The fantasy of the sister wives family was shattered. What remained was grief, betrayal, and the long, bitter shadow of truth.